Family YouTube channels always end the same way for a structural reason. Until July 2024, no American state had a law giving a child in a monetized family channel any claim on the money their face earned. Angry Grandpa, McJuggernuggets, DaddyOFive, 8 passengers, 4 channels, 4 completely different endings. A death, a confession, a criminal conviction, a prison sentence. Underneath all 4 is one arrangement, repeated exactly, and once you can see it, you can predict the ending of every family channel currently running. It took a state legislature to finally write it down. Even then, they only fixed half of it. Start with what these channels actually are, legally, which is not what they look like. A family channel looks like a family. It is one YouTube account. One person holds it. One person uploads, titles, monetizes, and owns it. Everybody else who appears is in the platform's eyes in the frame. That distinction is the whole thing, and it never moves. And this isn't a niche, it's one of the most reliable formats on the platform because a cast that is free, available, and already in the house is an enormous structural advantage over every other kind of channel. Look at the cluster. Angry Grandpa performed on a channel his son had built. When he died in 2017, nothing about the money changed hands because none of it had ever been his. That channel has 1.8 billion views and is still publishing. McJuggernuggets cast his own father, brother, and uncle in a 50-episode drama that did over 1 billion views. They acted. He owned it, and he was the one who could end it. DaddyOFive filmed 2 children until Frederick County charged their parents. Both entered Alford pleas to child neglect in September 2017 and lost custody. And then 8 passengers, which is where this stops being an argument about taste. Ruby Franca ran a Utah family channel with her 6 children in it. In February 2024, she was sentenced on 4 counts of second-degree felony child abuse, 4 consecutive terms of 1 to 15 years, 4 channels, 4 endings. One structure underneath all of them. A business owned by one member of a family, staffed by the rest, with nothing written down anywhere. Here is why that structure guarantees the ending. Traditional media solved this in 1939. Jackie Coogan was the highest-paid child actor in Hollywood, and when he came of age, he found that almost all of it had been spent by his mother and stepfather. California responded with the Coogan Law, and it's still the spine of child performance work. A trust account, hour limits, a teacher on set, and a contract. Every one of those protections hangs off that contract, and a family channel does not have one. Nobody decided that. There was simply no law in any state saying that a child appearing in their parents' monetized videos was working. So they weren't working, so they were owed nothing. Illinois wrote the first one. Senate Bill 1782, signed by Governor Pritzker in 2023, in force from the 1st of July 2024. It amends the state's child labor law. If a child under 16 appears in at least 30% of a creator's paid content across a 30-day window, and that content earns at least 10 cents a view, a share goes into a trust until they turn 18. Half the video, a quarter of the money. All of the video, half the money. California, Minnesota, Montana, and Utah followed. 16 more states introduced versions during 2025. And in October 2024, Shari Franca, Ruby Franca's eldest daughter, sat in front of a Utah Senate committee and described the arrangement from inside it. Her line was this: "There is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger." In her memoir, she writes that she and her siblings were listed as employees of the family's LLC. The company was real, the employment was not. So it's fixed, except it isn't, in 3 specific ways, and they matter more than the laws do. The first. Every one of these statutes covers children. Charles Green was 57 when the first Angry Grandpa video went up. Tina Sharp was in her 40s. Bridget West has been on camera since she was a teenager and is in her 30s now. Not one of them is covered by any of it, in any state. The legislation fixed the most sympathetic case and left everybody else exactly where they stood in 2007. The second, Look at how the Illinois law is actually enforced. There is no inspector, no filing, nobody at the state checks anything. The remedy is that the child, on turning 18, sues their own parent. That is the mechanism. That is the entire mechanism. The third one tells you the most. Earlier drafts of the Illinois bill included a right to have the videos deleted. It was taken out before passage, and the sponsor's stated reason was that there was no way to enforce it. So, in the state that went first, a young adult can recover the money and cannot get the footage taken down. Minnesota and Utah have since written deletion rights back in. Most places have not, and no law anywhere reaches an adult who was filmed. You can be paid for your childhood. You mostly cannot get it back. In February 2025, Kevin Franca, Ruby Franca's ex-husband, the father in those videos, testified in support of this legislation. He told lawmakers that putting his children onto public social media had been wrong, and that he regrets it every day. That is the closest thing this format has produced to an ending, because the channels themselves don't end. Charles Green has been dead for 8 years, and the Angry Grandpa Show published new videos this decade. A family channel ends when somebody in the frame stops being able to leave. It has never once ended because the person holding the camera decided to stop.